Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Dianna Prince, and let's see, and this is Pin Up Talk with host Dianna Prince. So, welcome to today's show. I have a little bit of time before my model gets here, so I want to talk about a few things today. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody who is tuning into my show live. This is probably going to be the last time that I go live. Um, Here on my YouTube channel because the quality is just not doing it for me. And I'm assuming what I need to do is invest in a nice webcam, external webcam that I can connect to my laptop. And because the microphones that I have, at least this one anyway, is really decent. Excuse me, it should be working. And apparently it makes the sound worse when I use this. That doesn't make any sense. And the quality, like of the video that I'm looking at as I look at myself right now, the quality is it's okay. I've got this lighting here that I'm still trying to work with. Anyways, but when I go to look back at the video, the live streaming that I'm doing right now, it's horrible. I mean, it really is. I just don't see the point. And then it's like my voice is horrible on it. So it's like one or the other. It can't be both that are poor quality. I just can't do it. Especially, well, for all my topics, but when I interview people and I do different examples of wardrobe and hair and stuff, I really want the images to be clear. And if you can't hear me properly and I'm echoing and it sounds horrible. So I want to say that I'm no longer going to be doing a ghetto live broadcast from YouTube. I'm going to wait and I'm going to seek some advice from some people on a decently priced webcam that I can hook up because my laptop is fairly brand new. So it's just that the quality of the camera in there isn't that great. So, and then the dilemma that I'm facing is I like to record my show and record snippets of my show um, to encourage people to watch me when I end up going live. And when I record with my cell phone, the quality is 100 times better. You can hear me clearly. There's no echoing. There's no sounding like I'm in a box somewhere with you. Hot box, no. And the quality of the video is so much better. I look normal. You can see my normal color instead of me being blasted out here. It's like if I don't use the light, you can't really see me. If I use the light, it's just like, whoa, it's way too bright. And I'm using some natural lighting as well right now. But anyways, I'll get it all worked out. The only thing about going live on Facebook is I have to use my cell phone, which is fine because the quality is 1,000 times better. But then I can't record. Go figure. So I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. But I'd much rather go live on Facebook and then record snippets after using my cell phone and post those on my YouTube channel and encourage people to go there because obviously I have a huge following. Well, huge. It's much bigger on Facebook than it is on my YouTube channel because I just started promoting it. So thank you to everybody who has been listening to my live broadcast. I know that it's just like painful to listen to here. Um, I have to turn it down because I don't want to hear myself echo. So that means that you guys can probably still, and every little sound I make, it's like you can hear everything. So not too good. It's not clear. I need to get it together. I've got my little contraptions here that you know are and this is gonna fall. Are working. This is gonna fall. It's gonna scare me, honey. Anyways, okay. So today, let's get into today's show. Today I am going to be. This is gonna fall. Concentrating and focusing on 1920s, 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 1930s, and 1960s haircut called the bob. The bob. And it's almost 100 years old, considering it started in the 20s. I think that it was most popular in the 20s and in the 30s. From the differences from 1920, it was very straight, short, choppy, just choppy and short and straight. And then in the 1930s, the waves and the curls came along. Now, in the 1940s, not that I was there, but I've done the history, um, there was a dramatic change. I think the bob has stayed popular with so many people, from doing, having the hair done on their little ones to dolls, that you buy in the store, to just the average everyday woman that really likes a short haircut. But in the 1940s, things did change, and women were wearing their hair out and down and long. Now, this is the thing, a lot of the bob styles in the 30s, maybe in the 20s too, but in the 30s that were the curly one, they're actually tucked under. The women had long hair, some of them, or longer. And what they did was just roll it under and tuck it under, and then leave a few strands of curls coming out, maybe on one end, is really what was popular. But I don't think a lot of women, well, maybe a lot, but not every woman actually cut their hair. They were curling it, doing whatever, and then they were tucking it, cuffing it under. So in the 40s, that kind of came out a little bit more and longer. And then things started evolving up around here, and it was no longer curls anymore with the short, and it was no longer short with the straight. And then in the 50s, I think some people continued with the bob because, again, it just was such a popular hairstyle and still is almost 100 years later. So I think in the 50s, it was probably more popular than it was in the 40s. I don't know. From the research that I've seen, that is the conclusion that I've come to. In the 60s, the bob was a lot more popular, more mainstream than in the 40s and 50s. If you look at pinup history or just the history of styling, so many people in the 60s had the bob. They had the bob. They made the bob big into a bouffant. They made the bob big into a beehive. They didn't have the curly bob as much. It was more straight. But and still a lot of them went back to the short bobs with the curl at the very end, very upscale, darling. And they were putting berets with it, and they were putting hats with it, and all of the 60s type of clothing, fashion clothing. So I think in the 60s it really did make a comeback a lot, and it became a messier bob as well for some people who did the bob. It was more of a choppier, messier. Now, from what I see, excuse me, I really don't like to look into the 80s styling at all, or the 90s. I'm just against it. I'm just against anything past 1965. I don't know why. I'm just done. Um, I like some of the things past 1965, just not that many. So anyway, in the 70s, I don't think it continued as much. People hair was like long and straight and didn't really have, if you ask me, didn't really have a style. If you had straight hair, it was just like there. Women's lib, no bras, straight hair, not shaving the underarms. I mean, things changed. Things changed drastically, if you ask me. But I do know that the bob, again, it stayed popular all of the decades since the 1920s. And let's see, currently there's a lot of bob styles out, and they are choppier. They have the design where they're choppy in the back. They're not just straight away. They have layers, and some of them that will go down this side and go up here, and some of them that are like down to here but then short right here. And then I've seen rainbow ones with different color hair. I've seen blue, of course, blue, green, yellow, everything that you can think of, pink and purple, and then the designs within them and the different style bangs. And I think that there's basically two overall style, well, three, four overall styles. I say the most popular style when people are thinking of a bobbed wig is short, either jawline or above, and straight, and with a bang, and with short bangs in the front. Then there's the short, straight, with no bangs. It's just parting over and then coming down on the sides, kind of like how my hair is at the top of this right now. And then there is the curly bob, which is very, very short. The hair might even be long, but the curls are so tight that it's short. It's above the jawline and it's a curly bob. You might have seen those with like the little top hats and things like that in some of the 60s or the 20s and 30s movies, the old Hollywood movies, some of the burlesque people back in the early, way before the 50s with the short, curly bobs. And then there's the wavy bob, where someone either has long hair and it's been cuffed, or either they have very short hair and waves were added to it. And you can add waves many different ways. Finger waves, which is usually with gel and a comb, and it takes too long. Eventually, one day I'll do it. And then there's several tools that you can use, crimpers and wavers and deep wavers that can make that. And then there's also curling each piece like an inch or two of pieces very close together and curling in the same way, taking that curl once it's cooled down and brushing it out, brushing it, and then kind of fixing the waves there. So there's a couple different ways you can get the waves. But I think overall those are the most popular. They're the very short, choppy, with the straight, with and without bangs, and then the curls, multiple curly short one, and then the waves, the ones with the waves. Everything else is kind of modern when you get the up and the downs and the really choppy here and there. And I don't know, I don't really wouldn't consider something any long, if it's touching your shoulders, I wouldn't consider it a bob. That'd be me. So my model should be here any second now. I was going to actually show you some of the wigs that I have for her today. But I know she's going to be knocking on that door any second. It's so hard to see. I mean, the color of everything is so blasted out by that light. But here's a wig. And the thing, like I was saying on yesterday's show, the thing about wigs is most of the time in modeling, high fashion, even anything, people are not trying to disguise the fact that something's a wig, because wigs are just like wardrobe and jewelry, and it's just about dressing up and creating that look. So as you can see, this is a platinum blonde wig that already has the waves in it. If I pick it out, I think it's going to be glorious and make a really big, bold flapper style look, because it does have the curls. And again, that's how you get waves. You can start with the curls and then you can brush them out. So I really love this wig, and just unhappy that it didn't look that great on me. I just don't look good in this color blonde with this style wig. It just does not work for me. So anyways, I have this one, and I have a red one, and I have a couple black ones, and I have another one that's blonde, straight, and longer. So she should be here soon, and I am definitely ready to get started. I have my olive oil sheen that I love, that I use on all of my wigs to keep them. And the wig that I'm wearing now is pretty much, it's definitely a work wig. I'm not going to be modeling in this. I don't see any point even trying to make it look like it did when it came out the package. I didn't put it away properly, which is so important when you're trying to maintain your wigs. This olive oil definitely helps replenish it and make it look nourished, because it's fake hair. It's not real. It's synthetic. But yeah, this one, I don't know, unless I do something with like pigtails or something like that. This is my work wig. So I have no makeup on because I am working today, darlings. I'm going to be styling. So I think I'm going to save all of the juice um, on my phone to make sure I can take lots of pictures of her, take a lot of pictures of her, and get the video and stuff that I need for today. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go live with really great video. I might actually go live here, just for the heck of it. I don't see how it's going to hurt anybody, but I can't go live on YouTube using my laptop, and I guess you know, I really wouldn't want to, because the quality is just not that great here, as you guys can see. But anyways, hopefully she's going to be here soon, and I am ready and prepared. And good morning to everyone. And once again, thank you for tuning in to my show. And hopefully, I will get some good advice and some recommendations on a decently priced webcam, and get my audio 1,000 times better than it is right now. And until then, you can expect me to go live when I do go live on my Facebook. Thank you for everybody. I hope that you subscribe to my channel despite the quality of this video, and take a look around, look at some of my other videos, and there's going to be a lot more to come in 2017. So I hope everybody has a good day. I am off to do some styling.